tenor, body maturation, anthropometry, some basic biomechanics movement screening in terms of jumping and looking at their lower limbs. Because in ballet, with the large hip turnout, there's a lot of injuries. And so they're trying to look at the relationship, because it's a prospective study, of how the dancers are maturing over time. All of their, because they're in a training program, all of their hours of training, intensity of training, type of training is documented. They have physios and doctors who screen them, so we have all of their injuries. And so Erin, who's the student who's doing this masters, it's going to be her project, and Chris and Liz, working with Janet from the Australian Ballet.
Got a lot of information about every blood glucose test their mothers did while they were pregnant and those sorts of things. Now we'll be able to take blood from them as well.
The proportion of adults with diabetes wouldn't be much less than 10%, would it?
No, because it increases with age, so
Yeah.
it depends how you look at it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's actually quite high, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, and
Especially
it's reflective of the same rate of gestational diabetes. So 1 in 7 Indian has gestational diabetes. It's about the same in the Indian population as well, 1 in 7. And it's getting worse. And of course that goes alongside cardiovascular disease and cancer, all these things. And we think some of that, a study doing in Pune in India, they're doing lots of anthropometry there, could be due to lack of vitamin B12 and the way that affects the 1-carbon cycle in development and growth.
Is there any way you can use anthropometry to promote healthier living, you know? Like, you know, can you do a kind of a carrots and sticks approach with it? You know, is there some way to present it, you know, that in itself...
Well, I think the nicest message is in Britain, make your waist half your height.
Yeah.
Power. Okay, normally, when you squat jump at different loads, an increasing load, power will be maximized at body mass. Yeah, but if you follow that curve, the power velocity curve, it will actually peak below body mass. Yeah, but of course we can't jump without body mass, so we need to either extend this curve or do something like this. Okay, so from these two values.
You can do assisted jumps, can't you, is one way.
Yeah, but then it's very hard to quantify. What they typically do is take the power velocity and extend it with the second order polynomial curve and get the peak from that. Okay, with this, just from these two values, these theoretical values, we can get peak power. Okay, so what we're interested in are these variables after a taper period in professional rugby. Okay, so for next season, we're going to measure at the beginning of the season, and they're going to train heavy strength and power for about 16 weeks. Do a taper period, and then test again. So, you know, normal training is you train really hard in the end season, then you cut back. We're cutting back earlier. Okay, see how that affects power. Okay, so we're going to track them all throughout the season, and we need this variable, this leg length, to do all these calculations. Okay, all we need is jump height, this distance that we're jumping, and yeah, you should jump height at every load that you're jumping at, so you can develop that linear relationship. You can get all these variables. So it's pretty exciting with just a few simple measurements. So that's it.
Steve Hollings, I'm as you all know, I'm a PhD student here. Retired, involved in athletics, recently appointed the manager of the Vincicada clinic. Didn't quite come to what I requested as remuneration, but that's fine. I'm doing it purely on a voluntary basis. My involvement with Lindsay goes back to 1981. So.
Like, because all the different brands of bikes have different specifications, like different seat post angles and things like that. So and also the different size of the frame. So being able to say, well, these bikes would be ideal for you. So your height, your leg length, things like that. You should be getting this bike, so that people actually can be more informed when they go out and purchase a bike, and then come in and get a decent setup.
Also,